Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Cammy and Karen Go Keto, where we're on our catwalk. And gosh, I think it might be week 12. I think it's week 12. There's Karen. She's looking great. She's got her black on again. She has just a little bit of an area in her tummy that she's trying to still work on. And she washed her shirt or made it shorter with her sleeves. The shirt is tighter, but she knows it's tighter because of what she did to it, because the sleeves are so short, not because of her body. So there she is. Oh, and there she just dropped her computer or something.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna do me next, but first I gotta go tell Alexa to be quiet because my alarm's going off. I got up early this morning. So hold on just a second and I'm gonna be showing you me and I'm pretty stable. Okay, here we go.
All right. Cammy's gonna get ready. Sorry, we're both gone. All right. I always move my chair, and now I gotta
Alexa,
move this
stop
chair.
it.
All right. Cammy's getting her computer ready. All right, there she is. Well, I think she looks a little thinner. I think that she definitely looks thinner. All right. There's her belt, the real indicator of where she's at. Let's see where she's at. Oh, she's on 1. All right. Oh, but it's loose. Do 2. Put it on 2. She said 2 was a little tight. Let's see. 2. Yeah, so that's what it's looked like before. If you'll recall, a while ago, 2 was loose on her. All right.
All righty, so there you have it. I did get the belt on run number 2, but it was tight. It's tighter than it was last week. So I did go weigh in with Jeff, and we did some measurements. I don't have my chart in front of me, but I did lose some percentage body fat. My muscles stayed the same and I lost 2 pounds. So it's going very slowly. Before we signed on, I was telling Karen that I went yesterday to a rodeo queen event and it was very fun. And they had a spaghetti dinner at night, and that made me nervous. But I went shopping with my girlfriend beforehand at the mall. It was really fun. We had a great time. I actually bought some clothes in my bigger size because they were super cheap. We were at the outlet malls. And it was actually fun going shopping for myself to get myself some summer shorts and a summer top. And I didn't feel shame or guilt about how big I was. And that made me feel really good. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'm still big, but that's okay. I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right things. But I did tell Karen before we filmed that when I got the hamburgers, I almost forgot to tell him no bun. And so he had to reorder it because at the end I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get this. It's going to look like this. And then I thought, oh my gosh, the bun. So I didn't get the bun, but I had onions on it. They said grilled onions. And when I ordered it, I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to get some onions. And it was exciting to me. There was some drama around it. I remember feeling excited that I was going to get a little bit of onion. But I felt like, okay, I can deal with the onions. I'm not eating the pickles. I'm going to get sauce on the side and dip it a little bit, but there's probably going to be some sugar in the sauce. It was like a Thousand Island kind of sauce. And I'm sure there was sugar in it and probably some pickle relish. So there's, off plan food there. But I thought I'm not getting the bun, I'm not getting the lettuce or the tomato. So I'm still wishy washy in the way that I am doing my carnivore with the condiments and the things on the side. And the way I'm still thinking is like previous younger off-plan thinking, because the thinking is, hey, I'm already going without the bun and without this and this and this and this and this, so I can have this and this. And the answer really is no. You shouldn't be eating this and this. You should just be eating the meat and the cheese. And even the cheese is dairy, and you know that you're trying to watch the dairy. So I can still tell that my thinking is needing to clear up a little bit, but I can see that it is clearing up a little bit because I'm not feeling guilt and shame around how I'm getting better at self-acceptance. I can feel that even at my bigger size.
So, what would be the reason you couldn't accept yourself at the bigger size?
Because I'm really good at beating myself up for doing things in the past which have been unhealthy for me and for my unhealthy coping mechanisms, and for me not holding up to what society says is the good or the better or the right way to be.
So, but that's up to society. So why are you saying I can't accept myself. I mean, I'm glad that you are saying it now, right? But that's the thing to look at. Like, why was it that you couldn't? I mean, it's one thing not to be what society says. It's one thing to be large, but not to accept that you're large is a different thing.
I don't understand the question.
So you're saying you used to beat yourself up because of what society said was a better image, right? Did I understand that correctly?
And plus, it's so unhealthy. That's the biggest part, is that I'm doing things that are abusive to myself.
Well, that's something totally different. So you,
Well, we should talk about that then, because that's the biggest issue for me. The biggest issue is how I get into that victim, sit on my pity pot, feel guilt and shame, feel bad about myself, and then go and eat whatever off-plan food there is so that I can continue to feel bad about myself and feel self-pity. That whole circle that I'm running in, I'm not quite sure exactly how the circle runs.
well, and I sort of hear that about the onions, right? You feel sorry for yourself that you can't eat everything else. So therefore, you're going to treat yourself with the onions. And
Exactly.
here's the thing, the onions don't care.
Right.
So the
The
person,
onions don't care.
yeah. So the thing is, who cares? I'm going to love you
No,
I'm going to love you
no.
whether you eat the onions or not. But are you going to love,
Well,
right? Are you going to love yourself whether you eat the onions or not, right? Like, because here's the thing, the onions, it's just science, right? Don't eat the onions, lose weight. Eat the onions, maybe lose weight, maybe not lose weight. We know it's not in the right direction for you to lose weight.
and the scale and belt are showing, well, not the scale, but the belt is showing that today, that I made it to the second rung, but last week it was definitely looser on the second rung.
Yeah. So, look at, I mean, that's what you have to journal and really get to the bottom of because you're not there yet. It's like, I can kind of be carnivore. I'm going to be Cammy carnivore. Well,
Yeah,
Cammy carnivore
yeah.
is not going to get you to lose weight, whether you're on a GLP-1 agonist or not, I don't think.
And that's really surprising to me because I really thought that being Cammy Carnivore would get 30 pounds off. I really did, because when you think about what I was eating, when I was eating these binges on these ultra carb, ultra processed, poisonous, sugary laden, fat laden food with processed oils and all of those things in them, compared to eating a few onions on a cheeseburger, it's like weight should be coming off.
Well, I don't think so, Cammy, not for you, because your insulin was so high that because I just listened to a Kelly Hogan with a few people like sharing their stories. And one woman, she had a whole list of things, a printout from her doctor, a whole list of diagnoses. And one was fibromyalgia, one was cancer in two different areas. Her tumors are now being shrunk, right? They're no longer active. So you don't know what's going on inside your body. It could be
Hmm.
it could be 6 months ago you were almost ready to be full blown diabetic, but because you went carnivore or keto and slash carnivore, you've held that in check now. So you're not progressing. Your body's not progressing into full blown diabetes, a fatty liver. So who knows if your body's going to decide to heal your liver first? The liver is what tells the pancreas to create the insulin, right? That's the signal. So if your liver is not functioning, you've got to get that liver functioning first before it's going to tell your body to quit making the insulin and to make it easier for you to not store fat and to burn fat instead.
Yeah, but sugar also calls the pancreas to increase insulin. And I'm not eating a lot of
I don't
sugar.
think so. It's not, no, the sugar goes into the liver first, and that's the signal. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the pancreas is signaled by
Well,
sugar.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
I guess I'm just saying the resultant cause,
right,
the resultant
right. But
result
it goes through
is increased
goes
insulin.
yeah, but it goes through the liver, and when the liver is saying, "Yeah, I'm getting better," maybe your liver is like, "Oh my god, I'm 50% better than I was 6 months ago." But you don't know that.
I'm still not well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I did do some recent blood work, and I will say that it's not all bad. One of them is an insulin level. I might even be able to look it up now, but because it was 56 before, it was insane. But I had eaten off plan. I had gone on a binge, which was maybe like 3 or 4 days before the blood work was drawn. So that might have been helping it to be higher.
Mhm.
But my fasting blood sugar this time around was 91, which made me happy because last time I checked it, which was just a couple of weeks ago on my own, maybe a month ago, it was 108. So that can vary a little bit, but still, that's heading in the right direction. And my hemoglobin A1C was the same at like 6.2. So I'm, hovering. I'm right there hovering. And I think you're right. I think for me, the plan is to just stay on the plan, like whatever it takes, just be patient. And that's, a character defect of mine. So that's what God is planning for me. That's what God is teaching me right now.
Is patience?
Yes.
You used to have hundreds of patients and now you don't. I love that.
No.
I know. That joke never gets too old for me.
Yeah.
I had more patience than I knew what to do with. So one other thing. Sorry. This morning I was listening to Primal Pod interview with, I think his name is Donald Lehman, and he is a metabolic, I think his site is Donald Lehman PhD, and he is a metabolic expert, studies metabolic functions, and he believes that the A1C, I'm pretty sure this was him talking, that the A1C level for carnivores is different. He said he said with carnivores, we don't really know what that A1C means. It's probably not as relevant as it is with people who, it's a concern for people who are not carnivore, which, when they say they want it to be under 5.6 or something like that, or certainly under 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, we don't know what that means because it's always been studied, and that test result has always been with people who eat carbohydrates. So if you're not eating carbohydrates, even if it's higher, it may not have any effect. It shouldn't have the same effect as it would with somebody who does eat carbohydrates.
Right. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
Take care. Have a good week. Bye.